Now then, welcome to another video. So yesterday I did a bit of a hobby update, and one of the rule sets I talked about was Grimdark Future. Now this is freely downloadable off the one page rules website. My printer's cut the bottom off. I've just done that on them all. Oh, never mind. So yeah, Grimdark Future. It's completely miniature range agnostic. And what I mean is, use whatever figures you want. The army lists are there, and you just find the miniatures to fit the profiles. So you can use Games Workshop stuff, you can use Pig Iron stuff, you can use whatever you want, Mantic stuff, and they can all fight against each other, or even be in the same armies together, which I think is quite cool. Now, the rule set itself, if you go to the One Page Rules website, it's all freely downloadable. The core rules are one sheet of A4 and then another sheet of A4 with some special rules on. But what you can do is download the core rules, which just expand upon them and give you some examples and stuff like that. What I've done is I've got the full rule book, which is €4.99. And it's a download, and I've just printed that off just because I want to give it a go. So we'll have a quick flip through of the actual rulebook itself, and I'll just show you how you put your armies together a little bit. So it comes with the front cover, and then straight on to the introduction and the contents page. So you've got 31 pages in there. You got the basic rules, the advanced rules, and then you got some more kind of special rules and more advanced rules at the bottom there, total conversions there. So it goes into general principles, how you play the game, what dice, what rerolls mean, modifiers, and as you can see there's loads of different diagrams explaining everything. It's really clear, really simple game to play. Bit of preparation there, so preparing your armies, preparing the battlefield, then it goes into actually playing the game itself. The game is played by activating units. So you activate a unit, then your opponent activates a unit. So it's not I go, you go. It's very interactive, so the games flow a lot better, and your army isn't going to get wiped out on turn one before you've had a chance to do anything. It's something I really like in games, is the activating, the alternating activation of units. Goes into movement there, as you can see, it's only one page. It's really simple. Shooting, again, really simple. You roll to hit, roll to save, and then you take casualties. That's it, done. So determine hits, determine the amount of attacks you've got, roll to hit, roll to block, remove casualties. Dead simple. Melee, very much the same, really simple. And again, some examples there. I'm not going to go through all the rules. You need to pop onto the website and just download it. It's free anyway. Into a bit of morale there. When to test, how units are pinned down, routed units, how you take morale tests and things. Then a little bit more explaining the terrain rules. And then onto the special rules. So you got all different types of special rules that you can do, such as armor penetration, which affect the defense rolls of the enemy. You got blast, which put extra hits onto the enemy, and things like that. So there's a couple of pages of advanced rules there, and then going into the actual more advanced kind of stuff, we've got terrain placement, how you want to set up terrain. It's more if you're playing a competition thing, really. I just set it up and then give my opponent the other side. That's or choice of which side to deploy on. Got deployment styles. Anyone who's played 40k or any number of rule sets really will immediately kind of recognise this kind of format. So you got different deployment zones for different missions. You've got extra missions here, placing objectives, how you seize them. A couple of different missions here. You've got the dual mission is what comes in the basic game. Then you've got Seize Ground, the Relic Hunt, Sabotage, Breakthrough, King of the Hill. And there's nothing stopping you coming up with your own missions. If you've got your own kind of narrative thing you want to do. If you want to do an ambush or small group of troops need to get from one side of the table to the other. The only thing that limits you really is your imagination, I suppose. Got side missions. So these are in addition to the main mission you're playing. Your force can have like a side mission. For example, it could be something like terrify. So you want to terrify your enemy. So an enemy unit routes in melee, and then you'll get a victory point for that. It's like a little side mission thing you've got. That's just one of the examples. There's loads more there. Extra actions. So when you activate a unit in the basic game, you can hold, which means you stay put and just fire. You can advance, which means you can move and fire. You can run. That might not be the correct term for it. Let me think. Let me have a look. Rush. Sorry, you can rush or charge, and that's it, pretty much. Yeah, so you've got those basic actions, and then with the advanced rules, you've got extra actions you can do. So you could hunker down, so you get more cover. Take up a defensive stance, so you get the enemy gets -2 to the hit rolls, but you can't strike back. You can give cover and fire, focus fire, all sorts of different things there. Bit more on solid buildings, random events that could happen, and all this is pick and choose whichever ones you want to include in your game. You don't have to play any of them, or you can play one of them or a couple of them and ignore the rest, all that sort of stuff. You got battlefield conditions, so geological conditions like muddy terrain, zero gravity and all that sort of stuff. Mysterious conditions, could be a deadly vortex or a mystical fog or whatever. You got terrain and objective effects, fog of war, brutal damage, use of command points. So anyone who's played 40k will understand what that is. You got suppression and using it, multiplayer games, apocalyptic games, and then smaller scales and multi-basing. So if you've got stuff in 15mm or 6mm, you can still play the game with a couple of with the guidance here. Okay, and then onto the army list. Now all these army lists are free to download. Okay, so we've got here the Prime Brothers. Yeah, you got Battle Brothers, the Human Defence Force, Robot Legions, the High Elf Fleets, the Orc Marauders. I've just downloaded the armies that I've got, and then here you've got the actual one-page rules. So this is the full game on one page, kind of like a crib sheet really. But if you need any more detail or examples, then you just go to the main rule book, and then the special rules there. And then what I've done is I've made an Excel spreadsheet of all my armies, filled all the details in, and I just cut and paste onto another Excel sheet the units I'm using in a game with the army special rules. So and then I just print it out, and then at the side of the table I've just got that, and everything I need to play the game is there on one sheet. So there's my orcs, and then I've got my Lunar Crusaders, Space Marines, which are used as Prime Brothers. All there. So that's it pretty much. It's dead simple, and the best thing about it, I suppose, is it's free and you can just do what you want. It's great. So we'll have a quick look at how you organise your army, or a quick look at the army list. We'll look at the Human Defence Force there. Okay, so on the Human Defence Force, you've got the unit entries there, the equipment they've got, okay, and then any special rules they might have, and then any upgrades and the points cost. So the upgrades, so for example, a Stormtroopers Commander, yeah, his quality is 4+, defense is 4+, okay, he's got a heavy assault rifle and a close combat weapon. His special rules are he can ambush, he's a commander, he's a hero, he's tough 3, which means he gets 3 wounds, and he's strider, which means he can move through difficult terrain with no penalty. In his upgrades, B. So if you look onto B, you can replace one heavy rifle and close combat weapon with a heavy pistol and close combat weapon, a plasma pistol and close combat weapon. Okay, or you can then replace one of the close combat weapons with one of these, an energy sword or an energy fist. Okay, so that's how these upgrades link to this here. Yeah. So what we'll do is there's my commander. This is a pig iron miniature. There. So he can be my commander for now, my Stormtroopers commander. And then we'll look at how you put a squad together. So we've got a Stormtroopers squad. It's just 5 men. Again, the pig iron miniatures. Okay, they all come equipped with where is it? Heavy rifles. They've got the ambush and the strider, so they can move through difficult terrain. Can't remember what ambush does. I'll have to read it again. And then their options. Where are we? Okay, they've got B, D, and I. So B is giving them the close combat weapons. We're going to ignore that. D is there. So you can upgrade one model with a field radio, company standard, or medical training. So we'll swap one of these guys out and give them a field radio. So there we go. So there's one little upgrade we can do. Okay, and then where are we? D. Okay, we'll ignore the rest of those, and then I, just here, so we can replace up to 2 heavy rifles with flamethrowers, shred rifles, plasma rifles, etc, etc. A load of different weaponry there that you can swap stuff out with. So what we'll do is we'll give him a plasma rifle. So we'll lose another guy, give him a plasma rifle there. Okay, and then if we wanted to, we could then maybe give him a heavy volley gun as well. Okay, so heavy volley gun and drop another guy out. So there's your 5-man squad there. Okay, I'll just spin the camera around slightly. Apologise. It's on this weird mount, so yeah. So there's the 5-man squad. There. So we've got. Stay still. So we've got the commander, the army, and then 1 squad that I've worked out. So we've got started off with 5 heavy rifles, upgraded it slightly. One of them's got a radio, one's got a plasma rifle, and one's got a heavy volley gun. Okay, so that's how you put your squad together. It's as simple as that. Yeah, and you just do that for your whole army. You can upgrade them as much as you want or as little as you want, depending on the points value you're playing. And then that's it. Dead simple. I'm looking to get my first game of this today. I'm not going to be using these guys. I'm going to be using my Space Marines and stuff because I've already worked the armies out for them. But if I like it, I'm going to potentially get some more of these guys and make up a Human Defence Force Stormtroopers army with these pig iron miniatures because I really like them anyway. Yeah, so that's it. That's Grimdark Future. Like I said, I'll put the link in the description below. If you play 40k or if you play any science fiction games, you want something a little bit simpler, have a look. It's free. Cheers and take it easy. Bye bye.